Hello students, I welcome you all to Arinjay Academy. So today I am going to start with the 7th chapter of class 6th CBSE Science. This chapter is Getting to Know Plants. So we do see a variety of plants existing all around us, right? Near our home, in the school ground, and in fact on our way to our school. So you must have observed that some have huge red flowers, whereas some have only tiny blue ones. Some have green leaves, while others have reddish ones. This chapter will help you to understand the differences between plants of different kinds. This is going to be very interesting. In this video, I will be discussing with the NCERT questions and solutions for this particular lesson. So let's proceed. Question 1. Correct the following statements and rewrite them in your notebook. So आपको यहाँ पे कुछ statements present किए जाएंगे. हर एक statement में कोई mistake होगा. You have to correct it and you have to rewrite them in your notebook. So let's see all the statements. First one, stem absorbs water and minerals from the soil. Leaves hold the plant upright. Roots conduct water to the leaves. The number of sepals and petals in a flower is always equal. If the sepal of a flower are joined together, its petals are also joined together. If the petals of a flower are joined together, then the pistil is joined to the petal. So यहाँ पर आपके पास 6 statements है. हर एक statement में कोई आपको एक mistake होगा. So you have to correct it and you have to rewrite it. So let's see the answer in the next slide. So the first one, stems absorbs water and minerals from the soil. So क्या stems responsible है for absorbing water and minerals from the soil? So you know that this is incorrect because we know this is the function of roots. So root absorb water and minerals from the soil. The B1, leaves hold the plant upright. So क्या leaves responsible है to hold the plant vertically upward? So no, you know, stems hold the plant upright. So this is the correct one. C. Roots conduct water to the leaves. So are roots responsible for conducting water to the leaves? Not directly, because you know that roots are below the soil, and for delivering water to the leaves you need stems. So stems conduct water to the leaves. Alright students, let's see statement D. The number of petals and sepals in a flower is always equal. So if you will observe this, you will find that this need not always be true. In fact, it may be same or this may be different. So the number of petals and sepals in a flower may or may not be always equal. Alright. Statement E. If the sepals of a flower are joined together, its petals are also joined together. Now this is quite interesting because if you will observe flowers whose sepals are joined, so you would see that their petals are separated, and this is not in just one kind of flower or a particular species but in all. In fact, you can observe the plant hibiscus, cotton, tomato. These plants have flowers whose sepals are joined and the petals are separated. So the correct statement is, if the sepals of a flower are joined together, its petals are separate. Fine. Statement F. If the petals of a flower are joined together, then the pistil is joined to the petal. So again, a part of observation tells us that this need not always be true. If the petals of a flower are joined together, so petals जो है वो pistil के साथ joint हो भी सकते हैं and they may not even. So if the petals of a flower are joined together, then the pistil may or may not be joined to the petal. So we are done with the question 1. Now let's move ahead with question 2. Draw a leaf, a taproot and a flower you have studied for table 7.3. So in your NCERT in table 7.3 you must have studied about leaf, taproot and a flower. So आपको इनके images draw करने. It's a self-paced activity. However, I will show you the images for your reference. So for the leaf and for the taproot and for the flower. So with the help of these you can draw it in your notebook. Moving to the next question. Before discussing question 3, I would request all the students to please visit our website arinjayacademy.com. You can download NCERT solutions for all your subjects, for all your topics. Alright, so question 3 says, can you find a plant in your house or in your neighborhood which has a long but weak stem? So क्या आप अपने house में या अपने neighborhood में एक plant find कर सकते हैं जिसका stem long हो but still it is very weak? You have to tell its name and also have to tell that in which category will you place such plant. So the answer is yes. Such plants are easily discoverable around. Climbers and creepers have long but weak stems. So climbers or creepers are the categories in which you can place such plants. These plants have long but weak stems. So one such common example that we see around is of money plant. We know that money plant is a climber and it requires support of another tree or object to climb. Since money plant एक climber है, उसे एक tree या कोई भी support required होता है so that it can grow and can establish itself along and around it. Alright, moving ahead. Question 4. What is the function of a stem? So आपको बताना है that stem का क्या function है. Alright, so you know that stem is a very crucial part. It acts like the backbone to a plant. So stems play an important role in the development of a plant. So stem बहुत important role play करता है in the development of plant. Alright, they hold the plant upright. वो plant को vertically upward hold करने में help करता है. Also they conduct water and minerals from root to the leaves. So stems also help in the conduction of water and minerals from the roots, which is below the soil, to the leaves. Alright, so conduction of such minerals and waters is possible only because of stem. Also they help to carry food from leaves. You know that food is being prepared by photosynthesis by the leaves. So जो food जो prepared है within the leaves उन्हें carry करता है and supply it to the other parts of the plant for their growth. So stem overall is a very important part of the plant. So question 5. Which of the following leaves have reticulate venation? So now we need to tell that जो options हमें provided है wheat, tulsi, maize, grass, coriander और the धनिया and the China rose, इनमें से किन leaves में हमें reticulate venation observe करने मिलता है. So I have shown an image in the right side. You can see that reticulated venation is the one where the leaves have net-like vein structure, whereas in the parallel venation the veins are established parallelly. The answer here is that leaves having net-like venation are said to have reticulate venation. Alright, so यहाँ पे जो options हमें दिए हुए हैं उनमें तुलसी, कोरिएंडर and the China rose, इन तीन options में reticulate venation present होता है and in the rest there is parallel venation. Alright. Question 6. If a plant has fibrous root, what type of venation do its leaves have? So अगर एक plant में fibrous root है, so उनके leaves में आपको कैसे venation observe होंगे? So fibrous root particularly वो kind of root है जिनमें कोई prominent central axis present नहीं होता and that branches in all directions. So in such plants, what kind of venation can you observe in the leaves? So here you can observe an image being shown. This is an image of a plant which has fibrous root, and from the leaves you can also understand that they will have what? They will have parallel venation. So thus you can conclude as well that plants with fibrous roots have parallel venation. Isn't this interesting that just by looking at the venation present in the leaves, you can determine that the plant is having fibrous root or not? So let's move ahead. Question 7. It's similar to the previous one. If a plant has leaves with reticulate venation, what kind of roots will it have? So in the last question we saw that if the plant have parallel venation, it has fibrous roots. So unlike that, if you have reticulate venation, you can say that the plant will have a taproot system. So if a plant has leaves with reticulate venation, it will have taproot. You can also observe from the image here the roots have a central axis. They have a prominent central axis lying beneath the soil, and then the branching occur through them. So if you observe the leaves of such plant, you will observe that they have reticulate venation present in them. Question 8. So this question is in regards with what we did in the question 6 and 7. Is it possible for you to find out whether a plant has taproot or fibrous roots by looking at the impression of its leaf on a sheet of paper? So yes, it is possible to find whether a plant has taproot or fibrous roots by looking at the impression of its leaf. So अगर हमारे पास एक लीफ है, हम उस लीफ के veins का impression ले सकते हैं on a paper, and we can observe the venation that is being present, and by observing that we can conclude that whether the plant will have a taproot or a fibrous root system. So leaves with reticulate venation have taproot, and leaves with parallel venation have fibrous roots. So we just saw this in the last two questions, and thus you can say that yes, this is possible to judge the root system based on the impression left by the leaf on paper. Question 9. What are the parts of a flower? So in this question आपको flower के various parts को identify करना है, and then you need to enlist them. So for your reference, I have attached an image. So आप इस image के help से different parts को identify कर सकते हैं and can then try to enlist them. But do remember बच्चों, ये this particular image is not the part of the question. ये सिर्फ आपके reference के लिए है. So use it accordingly and try to answer this question. Take your time, pause the video. Alright, so I hope that you must have tried to solve this. Let's look into the answer. Parts of a flower are: the first one, sepals. So sepals क्या है बच्चों? Sepals are the small leaf-like structures surrounding the petals. So आप इस image में observe करें. Here you can observe this green kind structure which is surrounding the petals from all around. These are called sepals. So ये leaf-like structures हैं, okay, and they also surround the petals. The second part is called petals. So जो colorful leafy parts हैं, which again you can observe यहाँ पे light pink color से यहाँ पे light pink color के हैं. So you can observe that these are colorful. They also appear to be leafy like structures, and they surround the reproductive parts of the flower. This is very important. जो stamens and pistils, which we will see just later. So ये जो दो parts हैं, इन्हें ये surround करते हैं. These are the reproductive parts of the flower, and thus they surround them. These are called petals. The third, stamens. So as I have told you, stamens are now the reproductive part. They are specifically the male reproductive part of the flower. So जो stamens है बच्चों, वो क्या करते हैं? They produces pollens in flower. They consist of anther and filament. So now let's understand. यहाँ पे आपको for more simplification, यहाँ पे आपको एक separate image दिया हुआ है stamen का. At the bottom left you can observe. So stamens में आप observe करें, यहाँ पे दो parts हैं. At the top also it has been shown. So यहाँ पे जो top में बच्चों जो yellowish part है, these are called anther. Okay, so यहाँ पे भी ऊपर दिया हुआ है in the top figure, and this black thread like or the strand structure, so these are called filament. Okay, so filament and anther together comprises of the stamen. So I will show you here. So see, this is the anther here and this is the filament here. So these together forms what? This together forms your stamen, the male reproductive part of the flower. Fourth one, pistil. Pistil is the female reproductive part of a flower. Okay, so it is the innermost part of the flower and comprises of stigma, style and ovary. So now let's understand this as well. So यहाँ पर आप देखिए at the bottom right side. Okay, so come to the bottom right side. I will show you. Okay, let me take the red pen. So यहाँ पे आप observe करें जो pistil है, I'm marking it. So in this pistil there are three parts: stigma, style and ovary. So जो stigma है बच्चों, ये it is located at the top part. So see in the middle figure. So here you can see that what is stigma. This long elongated part, this is called what? This is called style. And this swollen part located at the bottom of the pistil, this is called ovary. So ovary contain ovules or the eggs where the fertilization occurs. When the pollen sticks to the stigma, they travel through the style and move to the ovule, and then the fertilization occurs. So this is something which is not needed here, but for your knowledge I have told you. So understand यहाँ पे जो pistil है वो कहाँ पे located है? The pistil is located at the innermost part of the flower. So जो pistil है वो central axis of the flower के along situated है. So it is surrounded by all the other parts of the flower. So here we are done with the various important parts of a flower. Now let's move to the next question. Question 10. From the following plants, which of them have flowers? So यहाँ पे आपको बहुत सारे plants के name दिए हुए हैं. You need to tell that इनमें से कौन से plants में आपको flowers भी observe होंगे. So here comes grass, maize, wheat, chili, tomato, tulsi, peepal, shisham, banyan, mango, jamun, guava, pomegranate, papaya, banana, lemon, sugarcane, potato and groundnut. So in all these plants you need to tell that where you can find the flowers, in which of them you can find flowers. So let's see the answer. So plants containing flowers amongst them are chili, tomato, tulsi, mango, pomegranate, jamun, guava, papaya, banana and lemon. So in all these plants out of the given, you can find flowers as one of their part. Fine. So let's move to the next question. Question 11. Name the part of plant which produces food. Name the process. So यहाँ पे आपको बताना है that plant के कौन से part में food produce होता है and the process through which it does this, आपको उस process का नाम भी बताना है. So let's see the answer here. Leaves produce food in plants by the process of photosynthesis. So पहले मैं process के बारे में आपको बताता हूँ. So the photosynthesis, you must have heard that we get oxygen from the plants because they perform the process called photosynthesis. So photosynthesis is not just a process to supply oxygen to the surrounding, but with this process the plant also produces their food. So यहाँ पे जो part involved है in the production of food, this is called leaf. So जो leaves है आपके बच्चों, वो leaves क्या करते हैं? They absorb water from the soil indirectly through the stem, okay, and they take carbon dioxide from the air and the light from the sun, and together they convert them through a chemical reaction and produces food and oxygen for the surrounding. So you can say that leaves produces food. They are the site where the food is being produced in the plant, and the process through which they do so, उस process का नाम है photosynthesis. Okay, so let's move to the next question. Question 12. In which part of a flower you will find the ovary? So अगर आपने question 9 अच्छे से समझा होगा, so there I've told you already this thing. So again I am presenting the same image. यहाँ पे आप observe करें, you can see that there is a pistil. So pistil is the innermost part of the plant, or pistil जो है they comprises of three parts. So ये जो three parts है, they are stigma, which is the sticky part at the top. Style is the elongated length of the pistil, and जो ovule है, sorry, not the ovule, the ovary, it is the swollen part which is located at the bottom of the pistil. So here the answer, ovary is a part of a pistil. It is the lowest and the swollen part of the pistil. Okay, fine. Question 13. Name two plants in which one has joined sepals and the other has separate sepals. So we have just seen in the question 9. So recall from there that sepals are the green leaf-like structure which surrounds the petals. ओके सो जो सेपल्स है बच्चों, ये दो तरीके से आपको मिल सकते हैं. दे कैन बी जॉइंट विद ईच अदर और दे मे बी सेपरेटेड. सो आपको यहाँ पे सिंपली एग्जाम्पल्स देना है टू प्लांट्स का फॉर ईच कैटेगरी, जिनमें आप जॉइंट सेपल्स ऑब्जर्व कर सकते हैं एंड इन द वन वेयर यू कैन ऑब्जर्व द सेपरेट सेपल्स. सो लेट्स सी द आंसर. So the plants that have joined sepals are hibiscus and cotton. So the two plants that you can name here, they are hibiscus and cotton. So you can observe from the image as well, unke jo sepals hai, they are joined with each other. Okay, so thus you can put it in this category. The second one, the plants that have separate sepals are jasmine and lotus. So जो plants जिनमें हम separate sepals observe कर सकते हैं, the examples of such two plants are jasmine and lotus. The image here is of lotus plant, so you can see that the sepals which are surrounding the petals, ये जो sepals हैं, they are not joined, rather they are separated. So here we are done with the question 13. So finally, thank you for being with us all throughout this lesson. You can subscribe to Arinjay Academy on YouTube for more such videos. आप हमारे साइट को भी विजिट कर सकते हैं arinjayacademy.com. वहाँ आपको और भी डिटेल्स मिलेंगे. You can also find NCERT solutions for all your subjects and for all the classes. So आप वहाँ पे जाके उन्हें डाउनलोड कर सकते हैं for your references so that you can ace in your exam. Keep learning, keep growing. Thank you.